Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Codex After Dark Comics Unleashed. My name is Tim the Luscious Locks. This is the beautifully talented Uncle Gary, the curator of the Library of Comics. And down below is his road manager, Dan the Kelly Art. Do we have an action-packed show for you tonight? We have the hottest pulls of the week. We have super amazing and awesome back issues, and we have a crazy action-oriented showcase for you tonight. If you can't guess what it is, then you're going to have to stick around and see it. But ladies and gentlemen, take 60 seconds to pause, catch your breath, and let me pay the bills, and then we will get started. Don't forget to find us on all the socials at the Codex Station, your favorite social media platforms, and where we're live streaming right now. All you got to do is hit that like, share, subscribe, and follow. We are so close to unlocking super chats, memberships, super thanks, shopping experiences, and so much more. Gary, what do we want to do with these socials, man?
Well, here at the Codex Station, we want you to know that all the hosts that you see here, we've got them all. We've got all the socials. And what we really want to do is give them to you.
There you go. And the easiest way to get those is to just hit like, share, subscribe, and follow wherever you're at. Yeah, punch it into submission. Ow. Do what you got to do at the Codex Station. And after that, head over to thecodexstation.com for all your Codex needs. Get some merch, meet the team, and so much more. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thecodexstation.com. All right, now it's time to get into some polls, back issues, and a showcase. Gentlemen, if you're cool with it, I would like to go first this week.
Please do.
Right
I
on.
just want to let you know too, if you see me glancing down, I'm not
Wearing pants.
you guys are saying. I was What'd you say?
You said I'm not, and I said wearing pants.
I mean, hey, it is after dark.
That's right.
If you're not in your PJs, you're not dressed right.
Yeah.
If you see me glancing down, it's because I was, messaging different creators to try and set up interviews before we came on, and one of them messaged me back, which in the pre-show, that's why you saw me typing. So I'm gonna keep checking to see if he messages me back again, trying to set a day up. So,
ladies and gentlemen,
I'm not disinterested.
Even when he's working, he's working.
Listen, this man, we had an interview with Jimmy Palmiotti, and Jimmy Palmiotti gave him a shout out on Instagram.
That is correct.
That was pretty cool.
Dan's got a Kickstarter going. We'll talk about that more in a few minutes, but let's go ahead and dive into some comic book goodness. All right. So first things first, I'm going to start with DC. Gentlemen, Wonder Woman #6.
Yep.
That's a cool cover.
Have you read it yet, Dan?
I haven't read that issue yet, but I've read up until here.
Holy shit. Okay. This is... Okay, so where I say Superman is the best that DC has to offer at the moment, I changed my mind. It's this.
Wow.
Where Superman is the way Superman should be: fun, it should be action-packed, it should be a movie in comic format. This is a full-on, in-depth, super awesome story that is suspenseful. It's got real emotion in it. It's just great. The creative team of King, Sampier, and Mori are doing a wonderful job. This is, after I read this morning with my cup of coffee, this was it. This is on my short list of best of the year so far. It was that good. And I'm not gonna, since you guys haven't read it, and I'm sure some of the people watching right now haven't read it yet either, the end sequence, the last couple of pages really sold it for me. It was just so cinematic and so amazing. So right here, this is my pick of the week, Wonder Woman #6.
Nice.
Like I said, the cover kind of looks like Mike Diodato art.
It does, doesn't it?
I mean, he is drawing Flash now, so I think he's done some other covers for DC recently.
But he didn't do this one. It's San right there.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's a gorgeous cover, and this gives you a glimpse as to what you can expect on the inside. Next, we're going to go into Independence. That's the only DC I have this week. We're going to Cobra Commander #2. Haven't read it yet.
Such a cool cover.
Oh, it is. And the Dreadnoughts, so amazing. I can't wait to dive into this tomorrow. The first issue was great. I have no doubts that the second issue won't be as good.
Did you see the cover for the second print of the first issue that
No.
came out this week? With it was the all white. You know how they've been doing the second print covers for like.
Oh, the symbols
Yeah,
in the
well,
background?
no, it's they did it for GI Joe, where it's like an all white background and then one character.
Yeah.
So it's all white background and then it has a big picture of Globulus.
Oh, that's
Nice.
amazing. Next is sticking with GI Joe. This is 304. Oh, and they even got an Alley Viper right there. I am loving this right now. I'm loving
Yeah.
this series. I think it's a lot of fun. And excuse me, and even with not having read GI Joe for quite a while, jumping in at 301 was, or 301 was not difficult at all. I'm right in with the groove of the story, and I really enjoy it. I love that there is a Night Viper there. I don't remember who he is, and then you got the Alley Viper right there.
Oh, that's
So,
the
it's some kind of ninja, right?
it's the ninjas. Yeah,
Yeah. I can't remember though. Let me know in the chat, guys, if you know who the heck that purple guy is. But either way, this is going to get read tomorrow. I'm super excited about it. Next, Gary, I'm sure you have this, and we'll hear more about it. This is the Incredible Hulk number 9.
Mm-hmm.
I have not read it yet. This is on the top of the stack to read
Cool cover.
tomorrow. Oh, such an awesome cover. I love it. This whole story has been great, and I'm still riding pun intended, the Ghost Rider that was in the past couple of issues.
Yeah.
So if that kind of energy continues in here, I'll be very, very excited about that. Next, we have what I think is John Romita Jr.'s best cover of the year. This is Daredevil number 6. Take a look at that.
Yep.
That's a gorgeous cover.
I read that. That's good. I've read all my Marvel books this week, so I enjoyed
Night
that story.
Creepers. That's what they were.
What
Night
is it?
Creepers.
Night Creepers. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. They had the camo pants and all that stuff.
Yeah, it was like the gray camo pants and the purple top, and it had like the silver plating here, and here. I had that figure, one of those figures. It was awesome. It was a cool figure.
But yeah, John Romita Jr., I think this is the best cover he's done so far.
Sonny might have had a piece of that figure somewhere.
Possibly.
he had the thumb broken off in the bottom of his box.
Moving forward, we're going into the sophomore issue of Ultimate Spider-Man. Issue number 2 did not disappoint. It carried the same energy. That the story is phenomenal. It's moving right along. It's absolutely amazing. And I cannot wait.
You did there.
Right?
Yeah, I saw what he did there too.
I cannot wait to continue to read this. That I have to wait a month makes me upset because this is just so darn good.
Thank goodness.
I haven't read it yet, but I heard that they're making the Goblin a hero in this universe.
I don't know. And the the variant cover that I'm going to show, the B cover, may give it away because in the story they're kind of being mysterious on who it might be. But yeah, so there's that.
Well, you know what'll help you get through that whole month to wait is, thank goodness, there'll be another Amazing Spider-Man book you can read in the meantime.
Negative, because I don't have it. But Ultimate Spider-Man number 2, this is the B variant.
That's cool cover.
Pretty cool. I love that. I think it's great. Picked up.
Did you see too that I read something? I guess I don't know if it's a rumor or something they teased that he'll be getting a new costume in a few.
Yes,
issues.
I heard about that, and somewhere in a preview it showed what his daughter had been working on that was in a laundry basket or something like that. So
I
she's
guess his family's going to know who he is.
Well, yeah. But here is a variant cover for issue 1. I dig this. This is old 8-bit stuff. Take a look at that.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah, not too bad. All right, so that is what I have for pulls of the week. Gary, you are up next, sir. What do you have to show us from your pull box?
All right, first, I want to have a tribute.
A tribute.
A tribute. Yeah. Anybody know who drew this?
Jim Aparo.
Ramona Fraden.
Okay.
Ramona Fraden passed away either yesterday or today. She was a longtime artist for DC. Drew Aquaman for a long time. I was happy to meet her for a few times at Baltimore.
Oh wow.
Nice.
And she these are her works. She drew Aquaman for many years. She also co-created Metamorpho. She
Ooh.
also did the Metal Men. So she is she was also a trailblazer because there weren't many women in the field at the time when she did. These are two of her covers on the back from the showcase cover. So
nice.
Ramona Fraden, 97 years old. She had a great run. I actually have two of these books, so this is a second one.
And both signed.
Both signed by her.
Wonderful.
And there's a great Aquaman image that she drew. So classic look, 50s, 60s. Like I said, co-created Metamorpho. Did these great Silver Age Aquaman stories.
Nice.
And she, Ramona, rest in peace. She was a nice lady. I've met her on a few occasions, and I just want to say thank you, and we appreciate the what you did for the industry. And again, there were hardly any women, working in the comic industry, and she was one of the artists that was. Her, Marie Severin, and a few others, but not many. So, right. Ramona, good on you. Good on you. So, anyway, just wanted to give her a little bit of love. So,
absolutely.
Yep. All right, so I'm also going to go with my Marvel. I'll go with my Marvel. There's the Daredevil cover.
Yes, so good.
It is a very good cover. It's a very interesting story. I'm enjoying the Spider-Boy book. So,
yeah,
I like it. It's fun, right? Comics are supposed to be fun. Mm-hmm. So, I think the book is fun.
And there's like 2 stories in each issue, and there's been a guest star in each issue, too.
Yeah. I have no idea what the hell is going on here, but I'm still buying it. I don't know what's going on with this. I'm buying it. I also I'm a sucker for alternate covers when they have Cannonball on them. So.
Oh, wow.
And I did enjoy the Dead X-Men book that came out last month.
Well, there's a Warlock in the background, too.
Yep, exactly. It's a New Mutants cover. So,
nice.
So I got that. And, comic character of the week one day will be Cannonball from me.
I was going to say perhaps Cannonball has a future spot there. I'm a fan too. I wouldn't mind. I have thoughts on what they should be doing with him.
I know Cannonball less from the New Mutants and more as a co-leader of X-Force.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like I said, I have strong thoughts on him too because he's learned and been trained from Xavier, Magneto, Cable, and he's been the field leader on these teams. There's nobody more qualified to succeed Cyclops as an X-Men leader than him.
So and don't forget that he's also, like Beast, been an Avenger.
Yes, he has been an Avenger, like Beast. I'm glad you went there because
Sal's not here tonight.
Well, Sal needed to be here because here's X-Force. And the Beast and Wonder Man are reunited in this issue.
Oh man, I missed that. I could have sworn that I put that on my pull list too.
Yeah, go get it. We had one extra copy. I don't know if it's still there. But there's a scene in here where the Beast and Wendy are reunited, and he says, Wonder Man says, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" And he says, "Everything, my dearest friend, everything. My dearest friend." So Beast is an X-Men. How does he have time to make friends with an Avenger? I just don't understand that. If he's only hanging out with those X-types, how the hell can his dearest friend be an Avenger? Oh, wait, that's right. They were together on the Avengers. All right, Sal. Time for you, return serve. All right. So there we go. Oh, you know what? I do know where they met and where their friendship began. Do y'all know?
No.
Hulk 180.
Oh my God!
I should have had TJ answer that more so Richard.
That was a setup and serve all on your
I
own.
did it myself. I assisted myself on that goal.
All right, Tim, you ready to catch it out in the outfield?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah, here you go.
Nope, I'm gonna miss that one.
Yep.
Man, that
Like
bugged
you.
me because I could have sworn that I put that on my I had that on my pull list because I didn't want
All right. There we go. See,
My
TJ,
God.
here for you.
Go ahead.
TJ, I know you were getting ready to say it too. Here's that great Hulk cover. Now, I will say this. There's a guest artist, and I'm not 100% digging this art on this, but the story was really good. And the story was still creepy. So, like I said, don't really love the art, but
It always
it's a great
takes
story.
you out, and I don't like that.
Yeah. I got the alternate Greg
The
Capullo.
Capullo cover. I didn't see that when I went to the shop today.
Yeah, that's pretty good, right?
Man.
That's awesome. Yeah. So those are my Hulks. My independents today. I got Animal Pound #2
Okay.
by King because I got Animal Pound #1 signed by King when I went to Comics, Cards, and Collectibles about a month ago, and so now I got the regular #1.
Wow.
Because the #1 he had signed for me was one of the variant chase covers, so I got the #1. The other independent book I got this week too, I got the Zorro #2. I look forward to reading that.
Ooh.
Philip Kennedy Johnson. And that Zorro one, I was talking to somebody else today about that great motorcycle cover by Bermejo. That was just, oh my God, such a great cover. And Basic Instinct #3.
Interesting.
Yep. So it's okay. I mean, I haven't read this one yet. 2, okay, I'm still withholding judgment. Okay.
Oh,
So
look who's in the chat, gentlemen.
oh, there's
So the Basic Instinct book, how does that relate to the book, the movie? Is it a prequel? Something that takes place after it?
It's something that takes place before it.
Okay.
So is what I've gathered, but I gotta admit, I think I read the other issues late at night. I'm not.
It didn't process.
I didn't process it as much as I
that was
have.
your one more book before bed book.
You know what? And a lot of times I have to go back the next day and go, I need to go back through that book again. And I just don't remember. I don't remember. Like you, there's the Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I can't wait to read that. I'm looking forward to the Titans.
Right on.
Love this book. Superman.
Oh, is that the new issue?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't gotten that yet. I'm waiting for that from Heroes Corner. That should
and the aforementioned Mr. Bermejo.
Oh,
that's a cool cover.
Superboy, Superman, and Crypto. Come on, who doesn't love a good Crypto cover?
Right.
Kind of looks like they're making a wake, with the waves. It looks like they created a trough because they're flying so fast.
Crypto looks happy as
he does.
Be.
Look at that tongue hanging out. He's with his master. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. And you're gonna go from a dog to a cat woman.
Oh, great cover.
Nice.
Yep. Neck and neck with Amanda Waller. That's
TNA's doing awesome work on the A covers for Catwoman. That's
you say TNA?
DNA.
Oh, my bad.
David Nakayama.
I know.
Oh.
Yeah, isn't that a cool alternate? Look at that cat. The cat's like, ooh, yes, it is.
Wow.
Colors on that are really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is. Really neat.
Sometimes those B covers just really pop.
I agree. And that's a simple cover, but just so cool, right?
Yeah.
World's Finest. Mark Waid can, he can write a superhero book. That's for sure.
Have you read that one yet?
I have not read. I haven't read any of the DCs yet. I finished the Marvel stack. That the Batman part of the Joker Year 1 Part 3.
Yeah.
We have a facsimile. Yes, I do have the real thing, but I got this facsimile of John, the first issue that premiered John Stewart, Green Lantern, Green Arrow 87. There was a one with foily goodness that our good buddy Sal, if he can get off the slopes that I have for him. So, Green Lantern War Journal.
Oh.
Again, Another great book.
That one just kind of fell off of my radar, and it was one I really wanted to get into.
I like it. I do like it. And again, I'm in the tank for our man Philip Kennedy Johnson writing that and the Hulk.
I've got the first 2 issues of it, so oh, nice.
That's a great
Nightwing.
cover.
That's a good cover. I love that cover.
Another simple cover, just 3 colors, and it works.
Yep.
Nightwing, that book has so many good covers.
It's just in a book. Well, I didn't get the sweater weather cover, so yeah. A book that is just fun. I really look forward to reading this. Come on, Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong. This is just fun till your daddy takes the T-bird away, baby. This is great stuff.
That's popcorn comic book reading material. Right?
Absolutely. And if you want a little horror to keep you up, it's a Saturday night. It's time for Creature Features. How about some Hellblazer, Dead in America?
Oh, that's a great cover.
The Swamp Thing cover, yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Number 2 of Hellblazer, Dead in America. So that completes my weekly pull list.
All right. Dan, taking up the rear, but never with the gear.
Well.
Why don't you go ahead and show us some awesome pulls?
This is not the beginning of the Deadpool trailer.
Yeah.
we're not pegging Disney here.
Hey, help me up. Oh, nope, never mind.
All right, so I got my DCs on the top of the stack, and then Indies, and then the Marvel stuff at the end. I've read all the DC stuff, most of the Indie stuff, and I haven't gotten to the Marvel yet.
We're the opposite. I'm the opposite of you.
Yeah, and most of my reading's going to be finished tomorrow with coffee.
I'm hoping that I'll finish most of mine tomorrow, too. So.
Yeah.
So I also got Titans number 8. This one was I'm just really digging this book. This was a cool issue that takes place, right after the big crossover they had, and is starting to get into how the world feels about the Titans now, and how they're divided on that.
Let me pose this question to both of you real quick. Now, with the Justice League, right? You have the satellite years and all of that stuff, and the roster of league members is vast. But with Titan members, it's more consistent. So to speak. Do you think that with this series they're going to expand their roster?
Well, if you look at their history, there's been so many members. There's like the original group, and then even in after that, when they started having like Mal Duncan and some of those other characters join, and and Omen and and Jericho and them, and then all the Teen Titans books that came after that, like the Jeff Johns one, where it was essentially Young Justice, and like they had a ton of characters. If they want to pull some in, they've certainly got enough to.
Right on. That's kind of what I'm curious about. I'm not reading Titans, but I know it's something that I need to get on that wagon with.
I like it. It's been a good book. I think it is more of the traditional Titans of the George Perez era.
Yeah.
More of Wolfman era Titans. That's who they're using, but yeah, they're right. I mean, you got Hawk and Dove that were Titans. You got Bumblebee that was a Titan. At one point, you had Titans East and Titans West.
Jason Todd was a Titan.
Okay,
yep,
that's fair.
Yep. So there were a lot of people, but this seems to be more of the core group that was under the Wolfman and Perez run.
TJ has a public service announcement for you, Dan. Please don't show your polls if you're not wearing pants.
Oh no, we're not rated for that.
Not yet. Not until
ladies
and gentlemen.
Yeah, the team for this is kind of like the core, like Gary said, it's the core original team. With the Perez and Wolfman ones added on, like Cyborg, Raven, Changeling. The only one that's missing from that like original core is really Arsenal or Red Arrow. I don't know what he's.
He's real big in the Green Arrow title right now.
Yeah, he's kind of doing his thing in that. But it would other than that, like he's the only one of those original core ones that hasn't shown up in this book. So it would be nice to see him show up at some point.
That'd be awesome. All right, continue, man. Let's see what you got.
I also got Superman number 11. Really cool story. Nice kind of cliffhanger ending to go and to the next issue, which I think will probably tie up this. I think it's going to tie up the whole first story arc. We'll see.
Yeah. That's what I'm excited for. I want to see what all this has been building up to with Superman.
Like, I don't mind long running arcs in comics, but I feel like more often than not now, the long running arcs aren't done well enough to make them interesting for the long term. This one is different. Like, Superman has been a fantastic book so far.
Yeah.
So, but there are some arcs where writers are like, oh, I'm going to go on this 3-year arc, and 7 months into it, I'm like, God, can you just end this and go on to the next one?
Let's see what else is going to happen.
Yeah. I also got the Green Lantern, Green Arrow facsimile, but I got the blank sketch cover for it.
Nice.
So I will, which it does have the, all the sketch covers for DC have like the real cover underneath of it too. So I thought I'd pick that up and, figure out what I'm going to draw on it later.
Nice.
Yeah. So if anyone out there wants a Green Lantern sketch cover, message me on Instagram. I also got the Batman Superman World's Finest, which is this one wraps up that storyline, the whole them being in the Kingdom Come in the future. I did get Batman 144, which is thank you, Tim.
You're
which
welcome.
wraps up the Joker Year 1 story.
How do you guys feel
wraps
about
it up,
that?
really?
Yeah, it wraps it up, and then there's an ad, an ad in it for the next one. It's Batman 145, trapped in a prison of his own making. Because I remember, because I was reading it and seeing that, I'm like, well, that's it says the 4-part Dark Prisons arc starts in March. So I'm like,
this is the impression that I'm getting from a lot of readers. Like, we all loved what Zdarsky did on Daredevil. Like, he made that title extremely memorable. And when he went over to Batman, it seems like everybody flipped script and lost their minds, and nobody's liking it. Am I wrong in believing that?
I mean, I like it.
I like it. I like it too. This is I'm like Dan, where I don't know that I wanted a definitive Joker origin. I love the mystery about it, but there's a futuristic piece to this where there's a story in the future, and it with the art and the story is creepy.
And
as hell.
Zdarsky is known for the long right. You know what I mean? So yeah, okay. I haven't read Batman. I'm not reading it right now. It's off of my pull list. But I just can't see him destroying the character like some people are claiming.
I'm surprised that this arc is wrapping up so quickly, because it seemed like there's a lot of unfinished business in the last issue I read. So for them to wrap it up, because that futuristic aspect to it, I mean, there's a creepy world that was that was being chronicled.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
Yeah. I've liked the series. Actually, between this and Detective Comics, I've liked Batman a hell of a lot more than I've liked what's going on in Detective Comics. And for me, what's going on in Detective is kind of what I said, like, oh, I'm gonna have an art writer that's like, I'm gonna have this story arc that's gonna go really long. And for me in Detective, it's like, all right, I mean, I'm buying it and I'm reading it because I've been buying and reading Detective for so many years. But at this point, I'm like, let's just end this storyline and get on to the next one. Like, I don't like, some of the stuff that they're doing in it, but that's a discussion for, for the next week that has the next Detective that comes out.
Right.
But this one I've been digging, but I don't like, I'm torn because the story for this was good, but I don't like the, all these writers' recent obsession that they have to give a definitive origin for Joker. Like this one, it's Zdarsky. Before this, it was like Jeff Johns. There was, I forget who the other writer was.
Alan Moore.
No, I'm talking about like recently. That kind of teased it. I'm like, I think Joker works better when there's not a definitive origin for him.
Right.
When he's just chaos personified and you don't know where he came from or why he's doing what he's doing.
I love the aspect of multiple different things that he says for how he came to be.
Yeah.
And everybody can kind of pick the one. Yeah, they're like, well, I think it might be this one. But
and I like to think that none of them are true.
Yeah.
exactly. Or all of them could have elements
Yeah.
of truth just sprinkled you never know.
That's why
That's what makes it so
I want
cool.
to. That's why I want to see an artist or another writer come back later and do a different one, and and have it be like, all right, everybody wants to like. I don't know what everyone's obsession is with letting us know the Joker's real name. I don't need it. His real name is the Joker. He
Yeah, it's
doesn't need a name other
unimportant.
than that. Zdarsky had the thing where Batman was in like the alternate universe, and they haven't dealt with it at all since then. The fact that Batman got his hand cut off and replaced with a robotic hand, they haven't dealt with that at all since then. So I figure at some point they've got to.
There you go.
But
What else you got for this week, Dan?
I mentioned the movie too, or the one thing I did like about the Three Jokers series was that at the end of it, I was like, I don't like this whole idea of three of them. But at the end of it, when Alfred says something to Batman about who the Joker is, and oh yeah, see, there's another one that could be Jack Napier from White Knight. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
Because the one in this alternate universe Batman was in was a different name too. But I like the line that Alfred said something about who's the Joker to Batman, and Batman went, I've known the Joker's real name since the first week that he showed up. Like, but it doesn't matter what it is. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I'll accept that.
Yep.
But going on to Independence, I got this Unnatural Order #3.
Nice.
It's I picked up the first issue because it was $1. I guess the other ones got added to my poll because I read issue 2. I'm like, And then this one was there this week. I'm like, well, it's only 4 issues, so I might as well get it and finish it out.
There you go.
I got I don't know which
Support
cover.
your independent artists, ladies and gentlemen.
The E cover for Spawn 350.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't read Spawn in 20 years. I don't know. But I read that this was a good jumping on point. I was reading it. I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. I haven't read Spawn since like issue 25. So I'm reading this. I'm like, I don't know about jumping on point. I got no damn clue what's going on.
I got into it months ago and kind of fell off. I'm still getting the issues, but I just haven't read it. But from what I was reading, it's kind of the long read, right?
Well,
You're all building up to,
there's like a new ruler of hell that they said picks up,
Yeah.
from the storyline that happened in issue 100. So
oh wow,
250 issues ago. But Jimmy Palmiotti did tell us in the interview we did that he's going to be sneak preview of the interview that he's going to be writing an ongoing Gunslinger Spawn series starting in a few months. But he's like, you don't have to have ever read Gunslinger to know what's going on, because this Gunslinger is set in the past in the Old West when he first became Gunslinger. I'm like, all right, well, I'll check that out.
That's cool.
Yep.
As Jimmy Palmiotti knows how to write a Western.
He does at that.
I also got from Robert Kirkman and Chris Samney, Firepower #30.
Nice.
Which is the final issue of the series. A nice, nice square bound issue that wraps up the series, which has been, the series has been awesome. I've really been digging this series since it started. And it was cool how it launched, where it launched with a graphic novel that like told the origin of the main character, and then at the same time had the first issue for free that came out for free comic book day, and then they had, the next week they had the first issue that you could buy as normal. But yeah, it's been a cool, if you like kung fu stuff and people shooting fireballs and fighting big dragons and stuff, it's and action. It's just been a fun book.
Nice.
I also got the G.I. Joe 304.
Yeah.
I've been digging that. I have to catch up on the IDW stuff because I had a very vague idea of what happened in it. But I'm like, reading the issue before this, I was like, when did Snake Eyes start talking? Like, so I guess I'm going to have to go back and try and read all that stuff and see when he stopped being a mute.
Yeah.
That's all the stuff I've read so far. The rest of this I haven't read any of. I got the Cobra Commander 2.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited to read. I got also got the Spider-Boy number 4? Yep.
Nice. Also
got the new Hulk.
That has been a consistent favorite here on Comics Unleashed.
Absolutely.
Such a great horror cover too. And I flipped through it when you said the artwork inside is not is not anything that
You want to give a preview of that? Show what it looks like on the inside?
Yeah, I'll flip to a page. It's just kind of.
Oh, it's different.
That's
Ooh.
okay. It's the figures and the faces that are, not
It's a little too cartoony for a horror book.
Yeah, I agree. But there's some really disturbing things that happen in that book, though. So there's some, there's some good. There's another transformation scene that's pretty rough, and then there's things that happen to a few people in there. So it's creepy. It's creepy enough.
Nice.
And it's Legacy issue 790, so I guess in 10 issues we should be getting a big thing, I would expect.
The big $9.99 issue.
What'd you say?
The big $9.99 issue.
Yeah. But I am a little worried that 9 issues into the series, this is the second fill-in issue that they've had to do because Klein hasn't done it. So not a good track record for art consistency, especially when the art is, for that book is such an integral part of it.
Yes.
With the horror aspect of it.
And don't waste that. And you don't want to waste what Philip Kennedy Johnson's putting on the page either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
He needs a great partner.
Yes,
you need that. So. You need that guy that can draw that gritty horror stuff.
Yeah.
Also got the Daredevil issue 6, which when I was flipping through my pulls, I'm like, why is there a Doctor Strange book in here? I'm like, oh wait, no, that's Daredevil. Which that's like, what's that Legacy number 668? So that's a few issues away from a big one. And the last book I got is also the Ultimate Spider-Man 2, which I am very excited to read.
That book's already $20+ on the secondary market.
Yeah. Oh, the first issue was so good.
Oh, yeah.
Second issue is good, too.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that is polls for the week. We are going to do a station identification break, get a sponsor out of the way before we dive into back issues and then Uncle Gary's showcase. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and give a big shout out to our sponsor on this week's episode. That would be Dubby Energy. Go ahead and head over to dubby.gg so you can save 10% on your order using keyword code -X at checkout. Awesome energy drink. Nearly everybody here at the Codex station has had it, and it's universal. We all love it. It's great. There's no bad aftertaste. There's no crash. There's no letdowns. It's awesome. It's great. You need to try it, and you can get the sample packs and the shakers and all that stuff, and it is delicious. I love it. Dan, you've had it. Gary, have you had it yet?
I'm just more of a water guy. Sorry.
There you go. But Sal and Jamie love it, and
it's
you
good.
guys will too. Absolutely.
Yep.
So I like the blue raz flavor. Sal does not.
And Sal uses it as a mixer too. So there you go.
Yeah, I still wish that they would do a cherry limeade flavor.
Oh, I'm sure they will if we say it loud enough. Ladies and gentlemen, head over to w.gg, save 10%, use keyword code -X at checkout. All right, let's get into some back issues. Dan, do you have back issues this week?
I do not this week, but I should next week because next Saturday I will be going to Time Warp Comics with a buddy of mine. And tomorrow I might be going, the shop I go to, Beyond Comics, has a huge dollar bin sale.
Nice.
I was not able to go today because I opted instead to take my daughter to the movies because the movie theater beside us, every Saturday morning they have they show like an older kids movie. It's only $2.
Can't beat it.
Yeah, so I took her today to see the first Kung Fu Panda movie.
Nice.
But then after you buy like popcorn and snacks and shit, that $2 it bubbles up. But next week they're showing Iron Giant, so I'm going to take her to that and go hang out with my buddy and hit up Time Warp. But tomorrow,
so good.
Yeah, tomorrow the Beyond Comics, the dollar bin sale got slashed to 50 cents.
Ooh.
So,
wow.
So that's at the Frederick store. So I might be driving up to Frederick and picking up some stuff. So
that's awesome.
I was in the Frederick store last Sunday, and the reason I didn't go up this week is because the dollar comics are not bagged and boarded, and they're not alphabetized, and I just can't do it.
They're not. Oh, I didn't know that.
That's what I was told. So you can scout it out tomorrow. But supposedly they're not bagged and boarded, and they're not alphabetized.
I mean, I don't
So
think if they're not bagged and boarded because they're dollar books, so it's not like I'm just looking for stuff to, to like fill runs. I'm not looking to find, like,
but not alphabetized.
Yeah, that one
it's brutal.
Yeah, I can't.
It's a lot of digging.
I can't do not alphabetized when it's like a thing where there's a ton of people around. If it's just like if it's just something like where you go to like an antique store or an antique mall or something, and there's some boxes there, I'm like, all right. And if it's just me flipping through them, I'll take the time and do that. But when there's a ton of people and there's the person standing behind you waiting to go, and like you're waiting to go to the next one, like I can't do that.
Well, all right.
Well, I mean, give it a try and see. I mean, maybe they are, but I was given the information that they weren't.
Well, all right, gentlemen, let's go ahead and dive into some back issue goodness here. And I got some awesome stuff to show you. So this is a mixture of what I found at McKay's in Knoxville, Tennessee. If you haven't been there, anybody that's in the area, go check it out. Or one of the stores in the Eastern Tennessee area, you will not be disappointed. And there's some stuff in here I got from Wes for helping get things organized for the convention that him and I are going to do on March 2nd in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. So let's go ahead and get started. So McKay's stuff will be easy enough to identify. This is Witchblade number 8. This is a beautiful Michael Turner cover. Take a peek at that.
Oh, nice.
So good. I love that. I'm passively collecting Witchblade. There's like 185 issues. So it's if I see it, I'll get it. And this was only $2.25. Couldn't pass it up. Gorgeous book. Next we have one I got from Wes. This is a Vampirella and Lady Death crossover. Look at that.
Oh, look at that cover. Wow.
Ain't that something?
Did you see there's a Lady Death Kickstarter going right now?
Yes, I did. And Rob Liefeld's a part of it, and I want nothing to do with it. This will have a creator on here that you guys are familiar with. This is Vampirella Ascending Evil, 1 of 3.
Oh,
that's that name right there.
Nice.
Wow, yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Beautiful cover, nice gold edition. Early Joe Quesada work from 1997. So take a look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Love it.
Well, he's planning to go to McKay's in Chattanooga soon.
Oh, is that so? Planning to go to McKay's in Chattanooga soon. Can't wait to see what they have. Hey, TJ, if you make the extra hour-and-a-half drive north to Knoxville at any time in the future, hit us up, let me know, and I will meet you at McKay's, and we can dive through those books together. I'd be more than happy to do that. All right. Sticking with Vampirella, we got Vampirella 0, some more Quesada and Palmiotti work. Take a look at that.
Oh, I remember that cover. That's like nice.
Yeah. And it's just such a gorgeous book. And I love how they have this all set up like a movie poster.
That reminds me a lot of a Best cover.
Yeah,
it really does. Yep.
I love that Quesada back in the day was really intricate with his design work and all that stuff. Like all of that. That's immensely talented right there. Moving forward, nice glow in the dark cover. I already have a copy of this, but this one here is in way better condition than the one I have. But Shadowhawk number 3.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a cool.
Great cover.
Yeah.
That was when Shadowhawk started, like those first 2 miniseries were so good.
They were great. That's a little vulgar, just saying. It may be. We don't know. But Gary, this one's for you. I showed this to you before, but now I'm going to show our wonderful viewing audience right now. This is the Spectre Volume 1 trade paperback by John Ostrander and Tom Mandrake, which you and I will be reviewing in the near future. But this
that's a great cover.
Is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. And it's glow in the dark, too.
I mean, they need to collect that whole series.
I agree.
Or 2 compendiums. I mean, it's too good not to. They've only done 2 trades. That was the first one, and then one other. And it's a damn shame because that needs to be collected.
Oh yeah, and ladies and gentlemen, when we get into the review of this, you'll understand why. Movies staying with DC for a little bit. This is one I got from Wes. This is Batman the Cult, book 1.
Oh, have you read that
Not
series?
yet.
Nice.
Wes told me I need to, so
I have a copy of that autographed by Jim Starlin
Ooh.
and Bernie Wrightson.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
He
Yeah.
said it's really good. He really, really enjoyed it. There's Big
Yep.
Marv, never late, always on time.
Hey, brother. Thank
There you go.
Glad you could join
Yes,
us.
sir.
Yep, the cult is really good, and the lettering is raised on the sewer thing.
Oh yeah.
When you touch
Oh
it.
yeah, it is Gotham City Sewers. That's amazing. The embossed square bound cover.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm excited
Yeah.
to dive into it. Now let's get into some Justice League Volume 1. I've got one issue and I've got one of the annuals. So this is issue 221.
Oh, it's a part of a 3-part story. This is one of my favorite.
Really?
One of my favorite little mini runs. It's a 3-parter. That is a great story.
So where does it start? Does it start here at 221 or?
I know 222 is one of them too.
Okay.
So while you're looking, I'll look it up and tell you. But it's a 3-issue. It's a 3-issue arc, and it is fantastic.
Whoever that is.
Chuck Patton art. Yeah, Chuck Patton art. It's kind of like an Island of Dr. Moreau thing where the animals are, have powers and are intelligent, but it is really
she
good.
has torn apart the Justice League. She's got Firestorm, Hawkman, the Flash, Superman. Oh geez, it looks exciting, and it's something I definitely want to take a peek at.
My boy Aquaman does really well in this series. He's got some really good in this.
Here is annual number 3. This is a special Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover. The cover looks great. I love it. I think it's amazing.
Oh yeah,
good cover.
Yeah, and this was $1.
Great.
$2. So
it's two. Okay, so it's 221, 222, and 223. So you have issue 1.
So that starts the.
That starts it.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay, I'm excited about that.
Yeah,
that annual. That's right towards the end of right before the book got canceled.
261 was the last issue.
Yeah, because there were only 3 annuals for the whole series.
Well, they didn't start the annuals till late too with JLA, so they were done. They were done when a lot of the other DC books were having annuals. They were not.
But no, I'm saying for that annual, that came right. Right before they canceled Justice League and relaunched it.
Nice. Well, speaking of relaunches, we have Justice League number 1, the last series. This is issue 1 here. I've got several of them, including the last issue, but this is one I'm slowly working on. So pretty neat right there. More Justice League. We're going to go with New 52 this time. This is beautiful Tony Daniels work, issue number 13.
Yeah, that's great.
Love it. Looks absolutely fantastic. Issue 20 right here with Despero.
Yeah.
Despero. Next we have issue 34. I love this cover. This just looks
that's a great
amazing.
Cover. And look, Captain Cold there that was a really cool version.
And I got all these Justice League issues, with the exception of the volume 1. I got them for $1. And this is why I love hunting for comics at McKay's.
Yep.
Big Marv says, I feel like that New 52 was highly underrated. If Jamie were on here, he would agree with you 110%. And I'm reading it right now, and I'm loving it. I think it's great. I love the fresh new take.
I just don't really like how they did it with how the original team formed, and like Cyborg was there right away. Like the Titan, like him being in the Titans never happened. It wasn't so much that I thought Cyborg shouldn't be in the Justice League. I just thought Cyborg started off in the Titans, and it should be one of those ones where he worked his way. They're like, all right, you've been in the Titans, you've earned your way into the Justice League, not to be there at the beginning. And then the whole way that they kind of handled Martian Manhunter, where at first it was just like, he tried out Force once and it didn't work out. And it showed like one panel of them fighting. And
well, Here's some more New 52 Justice League. I know these two issues that I'm going to show are kind of important, if I remember right. Issue 42.
Great cover.
And
That's a good cover.
I believe this is when Batman attempts or starts to take over the chair. Is that right?
Yeah, the Mobius.
Yeah. And then here's issue 43 where he's actually in it.
Yeah, and it was the end of that storyline, like right at the end when he asked, what the Joker's name was, and the chair said something like which one, or there's three of them or something, and that like started the whole thing that Johns did later.
Now we're gonna get into some Action Comics, Gary, and
do some action.
Yeah, this is cool. So $5.99, Kryptonightmare by Byrne and Andrew with Keith and Williams. Look at that.
Oh, love it.
Nice.
Great cover. But
Yeah.
this one isn't my favorite. This one is. And as soon as I saw it, I had to grab it. And it's in pretty nice shape too. Action number 605.
Oh, that's a great cover.
Love
Well,
it.
Dead Man. Well, we may have a comic character of the week on him.
Oh, if I were going to be on that episode, this would be one of my three choices right here.
Nice.
That's such a great cover. Some more action. We got issue number 623. This is a gorgeous cover. I don't know who did the artwork for it though, but I think you'll tell me, Gary.
Oh,
it's good. Whoever it was, ladies and gentlemen, if you know in the chat, Anderson did this.
Anderson, okay.
Yeah, great cover. Looks absolutely amazing. Phenomenal. Love it. Then we have issue number 900, and I love how this is like a play on Action number 1, and this is Alex Ross.
Oh, that's great.
Love that cover.
Yeah.
And he's just chucking that car. Whoop, gone. I love it. All right, moving forward, we're going to do some G.I. Joe here. These I got from Wes. This is issue number 2, second print.
Yeah.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have issue 3, newsstand.
Was that one you showed? Was that Brent Anderson?
I don't know. It could be. But issue 3, newsstand for G.I. Joe right there. Not too
nice.
shabby. Yeah. And then we have issue number 18, the second print. Super cool. And then we got kind of a big one. And I like this. This is issue 151. So we're right toward the tail end of volume 1, or at least the Marvel run. And this is where the low print runs come in and they get really difficult to find. And this is issue 151.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like you said, the print runs were low on it, so
very low.
So going back now to get them, they're not pricey because they're good issues.
They're pricey because there are so few of them.
Yeah.
Next we have some Avengers action. Avengers: The Crossing. Beautiful chromium cover.
Yep.
Not too bad.
Yeah, that storyline sucks so bad.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, there's no way around it. The decisions they made in that.
Who's that right there?
Oh yeah,
that's Black Widow. It doesn't look nothing like her.
Especially the stuff they did with Iron Man in that was just like, how is it that someone pitched that story and everyone was like, yeah, that's the way to go.
Let's do it. I've never read it, so I have no idea.
No, you'll be disappointed with Iron Man in it.
Here is an awesome Astonishing Tales number 31. Take a look at this. This just needs no introduction other than to show you.
Oh, that's a great.
Yeah.
Early Deathlock, the Demolisher. Absolutely amazing, wonderful. I love the early stories. They're great. Yeah, and to have one of his early issues, I love it. It's amazing.
Is that a Zek?
That's a good question. Dan, if you wouldn't do due diligence, no, it is not. It is somebody else. I can't
Okay.
read the signature on there though.
What's
But
the
Dan,
issue?
Astonishing Tales number 31. If you would do due diligence and find out who the artist is for that gorgeous cover.
37.
Yeah. We will move on while Dan takes a look and show some beautiful George Perez. This is Infinity Gauntlet number 4.
All right, show that Deathlock cover one more time.
You got it. Astonishing Tales 31. Yeah. And while you're looking, we'll enjoy George Perez.
Yep.
Beautiful cover, iconic. So good.
That
Yeah.
was
That's
that was-
George.
no, I'm saying that was either the last issue of the series of that series that he drew, or he just did the cover because Ron Lim took it over for the end of it.
Yes, that is exactly correct. Big Marv asks, what do we think about Top Cow? I enjoy Silvestri's company. I think he's put a lot of good things out. I think some other things haven't been so great, but Witchblade is amazing. The Darkness, Cyberforce. I was a kid in the 90s, teenager growing up, so I enjoyed all of that stuff. And
Fathom? Wasn't Fathom one of them?
I believe so. Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
tons of stuff. Yeah, tons of good stuff. Moving forward, we have Captain America number 425, more embossed foily goodness.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Darkness and Witchblade, Big Marv, absolutely. Fantastic Four, we're diving into now. This is issue 371.
Oh yeah, the white cover.
Oh,
The
yeah.
white embossed cover. Hey, Richard.
Yeah, I have the red one.
And the second print
I
of
have the
that was
red
red.
one. I have the red one, yeah.
You guys have awesome foreshadowing powers, so I will show that to you here momentarily. All right, where are you? There we go. Hey, Richard, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Good to see you in the
Good to
chat
see you.
tonight.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah. You guys said red. Here it is.
Yep.
Yeah,
Nice.
so good. Yeah,
I do like the white one better though.
I like the red
Yeah, I think
better.
if the white one's the regular one, then I have it too.
Yes.
Yeah, because I would have the regular.
This is the first print. This is the second print.
Yep.
Never late, Richard. Always on time. Now we've got issue 387. I dig this cover. I think it looks pretty cool.
Yep, foily.
Yeah, just that little spot though. And
when Paul Ryan was doing the art of the series.
And it's die cut too. So that's pretty cool. All right. More Fantastic Four 398. The foily goodness there. Can't go wrong.
Yep. And each issue that window kept getting closer. It was like a spiral thing, just kept getting smaller.
Yes.
Yep.
Nice.
399. And then we have 400.
That's cool.
Ain't that something? That's great. Then we have Fantastic Four. I think this is volume 3, issue number 35.
Oh, going back to that Deathlock cover, they didn't do the art in the issue was Rich Buckler, and Keith Pollard, but the cover art was by Ed Hannigan and Bernie Wrightson.
No kidding. Let's
Bernie
go ahead
Wrightson,
and bring that out.
Bernie Wrightson was the inker.
Oh.
Nice. Yeah, so if you see, because I saw the thing and when I looked it up and I had the
BW right there.
Yeah, so you see it's got Hannigan's signature and then the BW right beside it.
Ain't that?
Yeah, he really. It doesn't look like a Bernie piece. It does look more like a Hannigan piece. So he inked it true and stayed in the artist's style.
Wow, that's cool. I now own a Bernie Wrightson piece, even though it's
there you go.
Inker. Here's 2 big ones for you guys. Got these at Nirvana today. The price was right, and I couldn't pass it up. So I got the Amazing Spider-Man number 430.
Nice.
Couldn't pass it up. I paid $40 for this, and I think that was about right.
That was towards the end of the run for the original run for that too.
You had 11 more issues to go before the volume 1 ended, but this is where Cosmic Carnage starts right here. And then we have the popular cover, issue 431.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, look at that.
And I only paid 30 for this. So not bad. Not bad if you ask me. And for a while there, this one was pretty expensive. So I'm glad that they are now at an affordable price. Almost finished. We have I'm missing 2 issues now to complete this run, and I know issue 1 and issue 6, I think, will be really easy for me to get a hold of. But She-Hulk number 2.
Okay, very good.
Yep.
Yeah,
$1.50.
You shouldn't have a problem getting those.
No, I'm finding them all at McKay's, and I'm just waiting for them to end up in there. Issue number 3.
Yeah,
Love the covers.
very good.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this one's really cool. Issue number 4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a cool issue.
Yeah, dig it. And then to round it out, I was able to get for $1 a piece nearly the entire run of Secret Invasion. They didn't have the first issue or the last issue. So we got the second print of issue number 2.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, not bad. We have the third print variant for issue number 3, and I love this cover. I think this cover is absolutely amazing.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah,
I love that.
beautiful pencils and ink
Yeah.
cover. I think that is absolutely wonderful. Yeah, that's my favorite right there. Issue number 4.
Oh, it's a good cover
Yeah.
too.
Issue number 5.
Ugly. Ugly scroll.
Issue number 6. And last but not least, issue number 7 with a Skrull Spider-Man and a very angry Wolverine. All right, so those are my back issues for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Uncle Gary, the floor is yours, good sir, with back issues and then your showcase.
Alrighty. So when I show you this, I'm going to have to preface this. I rarely order a comic online because I suck at doing things online. But this one was pretty special. I had to. It was a variant book from Carnivore Comics.
Oh, remind me, there was something I wanted to tell you about. I think you would be interested. That's on eBay right now. Remind me after this, and I'll
Okay.
tell you about it.
Sounds good. Let me first preface it by showing you this copy of Swamp Thing 1. That is beautiful.
Yes.
This is really nice shape, and this isn't even my best copy. How about that? But anyway, I digress.
Always a gorgeous book to look at.
Yeah.
Always a gorgeous book.
Oh.
Bermejo. Last year, he did a homage cover to it. So inside is the Swamp Thing 1, but this is the great cover that he did, and just a wonderful,
side by
wonderful
side.
tribute. Wonderful tribute. Yeah, sorry.
And I like that it's I like that it's what you said. It's a tribute without being a copy of it. Like,
yes,
it's clearly a tribute, but the angle of the Swamp Thing is different. The angle of the people are different, and and all that. Yeah, that's really
wow. That's great.
Isn't that fantastic?
Yeah.
So that Bermejo cover is just fantastic.
Gary, if I may show one more thing that I forgot before you get started.
Please do.
Gentlemen, I got this from Wes for a couple of dollars, and this will remind you all of your childhood.
Oh,
there you go.
I had that.
So did I.
Oh, man.
And this is authentic. This is the
one, right?
Yeah, this is the plastic. There is no thermos in it though. But
it's still super cool.
Oh, it is. It's got a little bit of rust right here and here, but that's easy to get rid of. But the sticker on there is still very nice. Here, I'll just let that showcase for a moment.
I mean, that's over 30 years old.
And it's gorgeous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I had that exact lunchbox.
I just wanted to show that. I apologize.
Absolutely. No, that's great. They also gave me a sticker.
Oh, that's
So,
cool.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that was also an alternate cover on one that I
Wow.
saw. But so anyway, that was a nice little sticker.
I like
but,
that. He's sitting there and the butterflies are going.
Yeah. So, but anyway, that Bermejo cover is fantastic. And unfortunately, it's not in the running for cover of the year because it came out last year in October. But you know, it might have been my cover of the year if I had had it because it was it's that good.
Yeah.
So last week, I also got another thing in the mail. That's something else in the mail that was interesting this week. Good friend of mine got me his first comic, Chrome. So Tim the Terrible.
I'm glad it made it.
Yep. So I flipped through it. It's early Kelly Jones. It was awesome. So I didn't read it all, but I looked through it and it was great. And then he found this for me, which is Ghost Rider 93, which was this was crazy. This book was 1996, I think, or something like that. And then 9 years later, or maybe it was 1998.
Yeah.
And there was going to be one more issue to end this series, but they never did issue 94 until 2007. So when I was going through my CLZ stuff and I was looking through things, I was like, well, shit, I don't have 93, but I got 94. And at the time, I didn't even realize there had been that many years between them. And then I researched and found out the print run on this was very, very low. And it had gotten to be
I was able
expensive.
to find you a really reasonably priced.
Yep.
And that thing is cherry.
Yes. Yep. It is beautiful. So I was thrilled to have that and to have that run, volume 2 of Ghost Rider done, which is great.
Nice.
Pretty soon, I'm only 5 away from having volume 1 done.
Wow.
So how about that? So let's talk about, we did our goals, and that's on my comic goal list for the year. So I went to Beyond Comics, and one thing that was on my comic goal list is already done.
That's right.
Drum roll, please. Complete set.
Nice.
Marvel 2-in-1, 38. It's the last one I needed. 100 regular issues and 7 annuals. This is it.
Wow, that's
awesome.
wonderful.
Check that box. Marvel 2-in-1.
Yeah, and he texted me.
Dunzo, baby.
He texted me and Sal that day. He's like, "Oh, I got this and finished the runoff." And Sal was like, "Oh yeah, I also got this book today and finished the runoff, this other runoff." And I was sitting there like, "God damn it, you guys are gonna make me go online and buy something." I went to Comic Avenue, and I had this stuff added in my cart, but I was like, I couldn't do it. I'm like, it's like $20 of books and then $10 in shipping. Like, that's shipping for me to pay for like $1 and $2 books.
Yeah, I hear that.
I was so close because both of them were like, "I finished these runs today." I'm like,
TJ says congratulations.
Thank you, TJ.
That's awesome, though, man.
TJ.
Yeah.
More good stuff to show you, too. Yeah, but so there you go. Another rundown. All right. I own this issue. This is Thunderbolts 42, but it's a Wonder Man issue, my favorite Marvel character, Wonder Man. 43.
Oh.
Wonder Man is also in that. It's really cool. And yes, what art is that?
That was Bagley art.
Bagley art. And 44.
I love that Thunderbolts book when that first run of it with them before they changed it to like a underground fighting book or something.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, the reason I'm buying these, yes, is because Wonder Man's in it, but I may sell my Thunderbolts. I have a complete run of them next year before the thing comes out because, but if I sell them, I will pull my original issues and put these in and keep the ones that I bought off the shelves.
Right.
They're important. But the Wonder Man crossovers, I want.
So that is something you're preparing for.
I'm preparing for, yeah, because that's going to be if because I actually do have to pare down, right? This year I'll hit 60,000 books. I do have to pare down some, and I don't care enough. The Thunderbolts was cool enough, but I just. And I think I have an epic collection of the beginnings.
Well, it's like the same thing you did with your Spawn titles too,
right?
Yeah,
look, I had Spawn 1 through, like 240 or whatever, and I sold them for $4,500.
Yeah,
and it's not the early Spawns that are worth anything.
Yeah,
It's the ones after 100 that started. The print runs got so damn low,
Yeah.
and look, I turned it into a Batman 15.
Exactly.
All these, all these other Golden Age books that meant more to me. It's like I traded my first, Miles Morales, which is one of the big modern keys. That my first Spider-Gwen and something else, the first Spider-Gwen and something else, to get House of Mystery #1. Now, here's the thing: House of Mystery #1 is a key Golden Age book, but those other books, if I ever wanted to reacquire them, I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
House of Mystery #1, they come along few and far between, right?
Mhm.
And that book means more to me anyway, because that's just
Yeah.
the way it is, and I'm more of a horror guy. And to have the first issue of House of Mystery, but they just don't show up very often. They are rare finds. So, if I wanted to buy the Miles one, I could get one in, within a couple days.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
And that
they're out there.
and that Ultimate Fallout 4, they did the facsimile of it, was it
Which
a
I
year
have.
ago? And the facsimile looks, because the cover price is so similar, is the same as what it originally was. It looks almost exactly like I think the only difference is the little box that says Marvel, and it's a different color.
You have to be very careful with that. Absolutely. But you buy what's more important to you.
Yeah.
I may, all my Ultimate Spider-Mans, my whole Ultimate line, the original, they may go when I pare down too.
Yeah.
So I'm still debating that. All right, this great Army at War cover.
Ooh.
Oh, that's awesome.
149. Look at that.
Yeah, I like
I love that his name's stenciled on the back. You got Rock buried in the sand, and he's firing on that tank. That is just so great.
That's awesome.
Quicksand. Never thought I'd be making my last stand on quicksand. Yeah, that's just these Joe Kubert, so damn good. The man. All right, so something else that I'm working on, and I only need about 10 or 12 more of these, and I'll have all the Legion appearances. Adventure Comics 304.
Ooh, nice.
So, Adventure Comics 304.
I like how they got the height difference right in there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. And I'll have because in about 10 more issues, and I'll have under 300 up on Adventure Comics. So I'll have like 2. All right, Adventure Comics 319, another Legion story.
Right.
And these are such good looking books too.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they are. Adventure Comics 320. So these are like 1962 or so. So these are over 60 years old. All right, now here's my older book that is just.
And we haven't even gotten into the showcase yet.
No, the showcase won't be this far back.
Right.
We'll be, but in the same vein, Superman 117.
Oh.
This is like 1956.
Wow.
Fantastic.
10-cent issue. The gloss on this is amazing.
It looks good.
Look how bright.
Yeah.
Look how bright. This was a great buy on this. This was like $47.
Wow.
And honestly,
that's a deal.
This was a steal, really. I could have paid $80 for this and been very happy for this. So
the spine looks nice too.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty nice.
My earliest Superman is 133.
133. One of my earliest 10.
Ah, come on.
Superman 10. But my goal is to have Superman 100 up. Actually, I'll probably go to 99 and say I got 99 up. I'm about 20 issues away from having Superman 100 up. I'm at 134 up.
Wow.
So I have 134 up at this point. So anyway, that was an old book. Yeah. So yeah, my complete run starts in like 1959 up is where I'm at.
TJ says nice books.
Thank you, brother. All right, so the showcase today. Now my Action Comics, the goal will be 250 up, and at this point I think I'm at 260 something up.
To current.
268 to current.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like that's that's a
That's
lot.
impressive. I mean, it's over
Yep.
1,000 issues. So
Yep. Yep. So that's for sure. All right. So I'm gonna go back to about 73 and have about a 2-year run of action.
Nice.
Here's issue 413. So that we said it was going to be action packed.
yeah.
Oh,
Here's 413, little voodoo of Superman. This is when they were 25 cents, but they were giant size.
Yeah.
Well, the next issue they drop it down and we get into this 20-cent goodness. I love the 20-cent.
Oh.
Oh, that's a great cover.
Yeah. So this is Nick Cardy cover. So all new stories, best in comics. Now only 20 cents. So there we go. Now only 20 cents.
I love that art style from
Yeah.
that time
Oh,
frame.
well, again, this is Nick Cardy who was doing almost all the DC covers.
Jeez.
So there you
Like
go.
this is when Grell and Adams and Aparo and Kubert were all in
Yep.
their prime.
All in the DC
Yeah.
stable. Absolutely. So there's 415. Here's 416. My glasses help out a little bit.
That
Okay, there we go. Another Nick Cardy.
wow. Superman, you scare me to death.
Yep. Look at that. Okay. Here we go. 417. And most of them are in really nice shape.
Wow.
Yeah, that is nice
So.
looking.
417.
Oh,
There's 418.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great cover.
Yep. And you got a Metamorpho backup feature.
Wow.
Who can beat Superman? Oh, more Superman. Oh, great Neil Adams cover. You
Yes.
ready? And a photo cover.
oh, that's such a great classic cover.
Yep.
Man.
That's such a
Yeah,
classic.
that's 419. That is a classic
Yeah.
cover.
Yeah.
You see that pose a lot, but it was also a photo cover. All right. We go back to some Nick Cardy goodness.
Wow.
And again, look how beautiful these books, the shape of them. Yep.
Those
I did.
Gerber bags and boards make them shine.
I know that's the only bad thing about it is I'm trying to show them
No,
off.
shine in a good way. It makes them look
Yeah, I know.
gorgeous.
But it reflects it. But yeah, they
Oh.
sure do. They look good. Oh, I love this cover. Here we go. 421. And this has got a Green Arrow backup in this.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
Wow. Popeye.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. That's what it was. Fantastic Pizza, Captain Strong.
Wow.
Yep. Yep.
In the
So
phone
that was
booth.
great. Nick Cardy.
So
Oh, that's a cool
good.
one, too.
Yep. I love the great masthead again.
Yeah, I was gonna say
they-
that red, white, and blue logo on that one is fantastic.
Yeah.
Right. Now, see, we had the smaller masthead and we've gone to the larger again. So,
Oh, and
which is
Human Target on
reminiscent.
that one too.
Yep, absolutely. One of these is the first Human Target issue.
Oh, nice.
First appearance. That might be that one.
Oh, we gotta check that.
If you want to check it, yeah.
Yeah, let me check that.
Superman 422 might be first Human Target. And again, all these two, if you look, these books are in fantastic
Yeah.
shape.
They're
So-
gorgeous.
Yep. Super Action Comics 419.
Oh, 419 was the first Target.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus that iconic Neil Adams cover too.
Right?
Oh, okay.
That's a
It
nice
was
2-for-1 there.
Okay, there you go. It was the photo cover.
DC 2-for-1.
All right, there you go.
Wow.
Yep. I won. I turned Superman into a murderer. All right, Human Target. This next cover, you know what sells? Monkeys.
That is not what I was going to say at all. God.
Gorilla
Flash
Grodd's
villain.
grandstand play. Yep. Look
Wow.
at that. Isn't that great?
Just a spin in him.
Yep.
Lord.
Oh, God, this is another great cover. This is also Nick Cardy.
Oh, that's cool. I like
Oh,
that.
yeah, that is cool.
Look, Mom, Superman.
Yep, the kid reading the paper. He's reading the Superman book. Yeah.
Wow.
This next one is a classic cover. It's also Cardy.
Oh, yeah, that is great.
Yeah.
Gary, this one's for you. Question from a DC newbie coming from TJ. He's thinking about starting a collection of the Brave and the Bold. Would y'all recommend that or other titles like Action to learn DC characters?
Okay. I would recommend. Okay, I'm a big fan of Brave and the Bold. I have every issue. The early ones are pricey. Now, here's the thing: that to get a wide range of characters, Brave and the Bold is a great way to go. Bob Haney wrote a lot of the stories. Jim Aparo, great art, did a lot of the art. They kind of call the stories the Haneyverse because a lot of times they were not in continuity, but you're buying books that are from the from the 70s and 80s. So what do we care about continuity?
Right.
So they're great stories. I would go with Brave and the Bold. Brave and the Bold, great books, great Batman team ups, a great litany of characters. So I'd go with that. Another thing that's kind of cool is the JLA books of the day. And of the 100 pages, we'll see a few 100 pages in here. They had backup stories in them, and that's how I acquired as a young man a lot of vast knowledge of the Golden Age stories and earlier Silver Age stories because of all the reprints they had in those books. They had one new story, and the rest of the 100 pages usually were reprints. So that's where I got an early deep dive into who they are. But Brave and the Bold, I think, is an excellent choice. And those books aren't too terribly expensive after 100. They're not terrible, and they're affordable, and they're really, like I said, most of them have Jim Aparo art and Bob Haney stories. Can't go wrong.
I would chime in on that to add, if you want to kind of narrow the scope down, World's Finest is great to do for
Superman, Batman. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And there's also, I was gonna say, there's also a more recent Brave and the Bold series that was from the late 2000s. It was like 2007 or 2008 that it started. That was written by Mark Waid with art by. Well, it had different creators, but it was Mark Waid and George Perez that did it. And if I remember right, it wasn't Batman Batman and Green Lantern were the first issue, and then the second issue was Green Lantern and someone else. And then the issue after that was that character. So it would have one character that would go from one issue to the next with a different team up for it.
There was a great issue, Straczynski, when he was writing it, was Aquaman and the Demon. And it was a fantastic story. Fantastic story. The art was amazing in it. The Straczynski story was great. Absolutely, Tia. We're here for you, brother. And also, in the same vein, what Brave and the Bold was a Batman team-up book. And that started with issue, I think, I want to say 75 or 76. Yeah. After that, they were all Batman team-up books. But DC Comics Presents was a Superman team-up book that went about 100 issues or so.
That was like a Marvel team-up with Spider-Man.
Right. So that was DC's mirror image of Brave and the Bold, where it was a Superman team-up book. So where you get the big guns. All right, Action.
I was going to say, there was also that issue. You've talked about that issue from the more recent Brave and the Bold, the one with Wonder Woman and Zatanna and Batgirl, where they take her out.
Heartbreaking. Yeah, that's heartbreaking. Yeah, so that recent Brave and the Bold series was great. There we go.
That's good too.
Oh,
yeah, I wonder whatever happened to him.
He's on a poster, kids. That's what happened.
All right, I'm going to show you the first one I ever bought, the first Action. So now we're getting into 74. Since this is my 50th consecutive year of collecting. Now, this isn't my original copy. I have upgraded it, but it was this issue, 429.
Oh, that's a great cover.
That was my first, and it had the Human Target story in it. Yep.
Wow.
All right. So here, and I love the masthead. The masthead is so great.
Yep.
All right.
Ooh.
Here we go. So
that's nice.
This gives you Superman's address. 344 Clinton Street was where he lived for many, many years, was his apartment. And at this time, Superman worked in the news business, but you know what his job was?
Not a reporter.
Was that when he was the TV anchor?
He was an anchorman.
Yeah. Oh.
Which is so ridiculous considering his schedule as Superman.
Yeah.
He would have had to miss a lot of time on the air.
That's why being a reporter, like an investigative reporter, was such a perfect job because it was easy to explain any disappearance. Like, I had to go meet a lead. I had to go do this. Right. You could be anywhere, easily explain anywhere that he was, for for Superman stuff could easily explain any reason to disappear.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Anchorman, not so much.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that's a cool cover.
Yeah, that is a cool
I
cover.
like that.
The next one is one I really dig.
Ooh.
The Target of the Toyman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So again, and these are lovely, lovely condition. Here we go.
Oh, that's nice.
Yep. Here we go in the dental chair.
Hey, it's important. It's important to brush your teeth, kids.
He's got his
Yep.
feet turned in and everything.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that boys and girls, that'll make you want to go to the dentist.
Oh my
When you're
lord.
Superman pissed off, I mean really pissed. That's pissed.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I want to wreck the world.
Yep. That is angry. That is angry.
Oh hey, foreshadowing. Doomsday's on the cover too.
There you go. Oh, you know what? Just because I talked about angry Superman, I'm going to show you one of my favorite Superman covers by Neil Adams. This is Superman.
Oh,
yes.
One.
Yep. And second, the kryptonite embedded in my body. It's going to kill me. But before I go, I'm taking you with me.
That cover is
angry
iconic.
Superman.
Yeah.
That's Neil Adams. That's Neil Adams.
Wow.
Was that Superman 317? Yeah. That is
Wow.
pretty amazing. And that is what, like Dan was saying, the books I have out as displays could be a whole showcase on itself. All right. This was a job for who? Terry White.
Oh.
Yeah. So, you know.
Wow.
You're going to get that plane. He's got good form, too. All right, TJ, we got 100-pager for you now, baby. 437.
Oh.
That's a good one.
So here you got all these backup stories. You had Adam Strange, a Flash, Green Lantern, a Doll Man story, a Green Arrow. So some titles, every month they were 100-pagers. Others, it was sporadic. So action was sporadic, and in the Superman title, I think it was sporadic too. But others like World's Finest, Justice League, Batman Detective, they were 100 every month. Flash had a few 100-pagers. So not everybody did. So this was action mixing one in. All right. There's 438.
That's
Lois.
Cool.
Yeah, Lois kind of hulking out. Well, a monster named Lois Lane. Yep. Big Mar, which cover was it, baby? That's
the one before.
That's what you get when you don't put the toilet seat down.
That's right. That's right.
You know what, TJ? I was just thinking about it too. If you're wanting to get a lot of DC stuff, there used to be. They don't make them anymore, but you could still kind of find them. They used to be these big, thick volumes that Marvel and DC would do, where they would reprint like 20, 30, 40 issues in one book. They'd all be in black and white.
Oh, essentials.
Yeah, the essential. And
they were the showcase. DC was the showcase.
Yeah, Marvel Essentials, DC was showcase. And they would take a series and put like 40, 50 issues of it in this one thick book. And you'd be able to, and they'd sell it for like $20 or something because they print it all in black and white. But that's a good way if you find one on one of those series.
Right.
I have a Green Lantern one that I got for $5.
Yeah,
absolutely.
If you find in like an old like an old bookstore or something, or an Ollie's, you can find them there pretty cheap.
Yeah.
And
now here's 439. Now we're at the point where these are the books I was buying off the rack and I was keeping nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at that. Superman Too Big to Live, taking a big punch. I believe it was Captain Strong again, got him in this one. But I'm keeping this. I love this cover.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yep, Nick Cardy again.
Well, that's his parents up there.
Yep, that's Jor-El and Laura.
Wow.
Yeah, but isn't that just just fantastic?
Oh, I saw Green Arrow in that one too.
Yep, there's Green Arrow in there. How about this one?
Oh, that's a good one.
I have that issue.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yes, I do. It's nowhere near as nice as that one, but
Not
I
as
have
mint
it.
as that? It's not as minty as that.
No.
Well, you probably didn't buy it right off the shelf.
I did not.
Yeah. Let's see. I mean, look, I was
Ooh.
Nice.
I was like 11 years old, and I was keeping them this nice.
Wow.
So, we're 42. Yeah, look at the the shadows in this.
Gary, if you kept your room as clean as you do those comic books.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So this is one I could probably upgrade. This is one I had 443. The 100 pages were harder to keep nicer because they were bigger. I got a little bit of chipping down there. I've got a crease in it, but still, it's pretty cool. Superman unleashes the world's greatest action heroes.
Imagine how many times you read and reread that
down there.
Oh, that's such a cool cover.
Yeah.
So it's a great cover, great Nick Cardy cover. Like I said, I could stand to upgrade that one. But I found out when I upgrade books that were mine that I bought off the shelf, I don't trade them in or sell them. I keep them. I've got to keep the one. So I have a whole box of upgrades from this era. And I love books. So this was 443. Here's 444. I love them when they're the same numbers, right? 4, 4, and 4. So, and it had Green Arrow, Black Canary story in here.
Wow.
And just
a lot of that stuff self-contained too. That was the thing with a lot of those issues.
Well,
through into the 70s. And
the backup stories sometimes continued.
Yeah.
Because there were only 8 pages. So those would continue. All right. So we're in the 25-cent era now.
Oh, wow.
So this is kind of reminiscent of Flash 123.
Yeah.
All right. Here we got another Lois and Clark cover.
Great cover.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And just the whole look, the whole design.
That is a brick shit house Superman right there.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
That's great.
All right.
That's good too.
Here's where you get off, Superman. That's like an After Dark cover. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's a party.
Double entendre.
Yes, it was. Oh, there's a certain cover coming up that I'm going to see if Tim and Dan can explain. 449. So now we're not doing 100 pages, but we're doing giant sizes every now and then.
And that's like 80 pages, right? 60, 80 pages?
Yeah, about 60.
Yeah.
And so,
that's
a couple
cool.
back. But that's a neat cover. These aren't Cardis anymore, though. So you can see they're a little bit different.
But they're still so great.
Yeah, they're still good. I think that's an Oscar there. Here we go.
Wow.
And again, these are in nice shape. I did good with these. Here we go.
That's cool.
Yeah, hit me, even if it kills me. Yeah.
Wow.
Not wanting to do that.
Nope.
He knows he'll hurt him. All right. This had an atom backup in this.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So now we've changed a little bit, with how we've got that bar going across, and the DC doesn't have the bullet anymore. Here we go. You got a super appetite.
That's great.
Yeah. He is chowing down.
Classic cover.
Classic cover.
Now I want a hamburger.
A lot of him. Cheeseburger, hamburger, cheeseburger.
There we go. So you got Adam Green Arrow on this
Saturday Night Live reference for anyone that doesn't get it.
That's right. No Coke, Pepsi. All right. Now you want to see Superman mooning you?
Maybe.
Mike Grill cover.
Oh my God.
So guess what the #1 movie was this year?
Maybe Jaws.
Yeah, so they're that's in good shape too. Yeah, Jaws of the Killer Shark. So
wow.
Yeah. So now, gentlemen, are you ready? You got to do some explaining here.
Let's do it.
Very
interesting explaining to do.
Is this the one I think it is? Yes, it is. The pillow biter.
Oh yes,
the pillow biter cover. Now, when you don't read the words, this looks very bad. It looks very bad.
Yeah.
When you read the words, it's Superman, my dying wish is to know your secret identity. And you say you're Clark Kent. It's a lie. Okay. All right. Makes it a little better. Superman's just proven who he is. I just have one pertinent question. Why are his pants off?
Yeah.
All he needs to do is this. That's all he's got to do. But
he's going full on committed.
Yeah, he's not wearing his pants. So, and the kid is crying.
Boy, you're about to feel this full Man of Steel here.
Yes, you
Listen,
are.
kid, just let me take my clothes off and
Yeah.
I will show you who I
Bob,
am.
Bob, Superman, you're not circumcised. Okay.
Oh
Anyway,
my
Bob
God.
Bob Oxner did this cover. Yep. Yep. Green Arrow was. Oh, and TJ, there was a great backup story where Green Arrow is helped out by this dog that is almost indestructible, and he realizes whose dog that is, and the dog has kind of got amnesia, doesn't know exactly who he is. So, it's fair. So a
That
superpowered dog, who might that be? So it's really, and Mike Grill did the art, was doing the art. So anyway,
that
my
is
good friend, my
a
best friend
classic.
Mike took this cover to Mike Grill, who did the backup Green Arrow story in here. And Mike Grill signed the cover. He signed Mike Grill, and he also signed, I did not do this cover. So that is pretty great, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Black Rock. We don't see him much. He makes a few appearances in here. And this is about the era where Terra Man was appearing. And remember, it was so awesome when Terra Man appeared in Superman. I'm like, oh shit, I haven't seen him in 30 years. All right.
Wow.
So we're almost at the end. This is a pretty cool cover. I like this one.
I like that.
Yeah. And
it's that same poster again from the other issue.
Yeah.
Kids were staring at.
Exactly.
And there it is again.
There it is again. Exactly.
They don't like that poster again.
No, they don't.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's kind of a neat cover.
That is another brick shit house Superman right there.
The one after this, or the last one I'll show you, is almost as bad as Liefeld's Cap, but this is a cool cover.
Oh, that's cool.
So this is a bicentennial yearbook. So he's getting punched back to 1776, which is pretty cool.
Wow.
But look how beautiful that book. I kept that book.
Very.
So this one, what the hell? Look at that chest. That's just too much.
That's Rob Liefeld chest right there.
That's what I said.
It's not just the chest; it's that they drew the chest so big and they drew his symbol so tiny.
Yeah, that helps. So anyway, but
Superman's chest so big, a symbol so tiny.
Let's go back and end with that one.
Super steroids.
Yeah, that's right. So let's but let's end with that one then. But anyway, that was about 3 years worth of Action Comics.
Wow, that's great. Okay. What an action-packed showcase, ladies and gentlemen. Holy smokes. That's great. Gary, if you wouldn't mind, show us that Neil Adams one more time to end the night.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, let's take one good look at that, ladies and gentlemen, as our eyes get droopy and our energy levels are draining down. We're going to look at a beautiful Superman cover one more time.
That's because you want to see the first appearance of the Human Target.
That is exactly correct. There it is. Look at that, ladies.
Human Target had a really cool TV show like 10 years ago.
He did.
So good.
Isn't that's just nothing but comic goodness.
Yeah.
And this issue is a little pricier than others because
because it's a combination because it's the first Human Target and it's such a well-known iconic cover too.
Yeah.
Yep. And so that Neil Adams is great, but so many of those Nick Cardy covers,
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And he was doing at one point he was doing almost the entire DC line of books, the covers in like 72 to 74, 75. He was doing pretty much all the covers. So it was kind of neat that DC had that style.
Gentlemen, TJ says thank you very much. Great show as usual. Let's give a big
joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. From our end of the table, let's give a big thank you to the chat once again. You guys,
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, after we go off air, we talk about how awesome you guys are.
Yep.
So,
and I love when you guys ask questions like while we're going. If we're showing a book and you're like TJ was asking the question, what would be a good one to jump in on, like.
And TJ, let us know what interaction. Let us know what you end up picking up and stuff. We're very curious. Hear where you go. And the other thing that's cool is go on a site where you can see all the covers of like Brave and the Bold or like DC Comics Presents or the the other volume of Brave and the Bold, the later volume, Dan talked about. And look at the covers, and that'll help guide you too to say, oh man, I want to have that, or I want to have that, or I want to have that. Yeah.
Here is a great place to go take a look at covers. It's also a good place to go and catalog your books if you don't use CLZ or anything like that. Head over to stashmycomics.com. It's really simple, really easy. They have all of the covers right there, like CLZ does in thumbnails, and you can click on them and take a look at everything too.
I got one for him too. It's called Mike's Amazing World of Comics.
Yeah,
and the creator of it just died, and it is fantastic. It's I use it for a lot of my reference, and he also has a thing that's really cool. Wow, look at that. Y'all are good. Y'all are so quick. It's called the Newsstand. You can pick any month, any year, and see the books that came out that month.
There you go.
So if you want to see the year you were born and the month you were born, what books came out, that's kind of neat. But it's really cool to see. And one thing that I think is fascinating when I use the timeline is I go back to like February of 1938, and you see what books. There's a few adventure books. There's some, comedy books, things like that. And then you get to the books that are cover dated June of 38, and you got a fellow lifting a car over his head. Then by the time you get to May of 39, you got a fella dressed like a bat on the cover.
Oh, wow.
And then what's really cool is after that, you'll still get some actions and you'll get some detectives. But then all of a sudden, January 1940, there's a guy that runs really fast, and then the second issue of that has a guy with great wings and it has a Hawkman cover. So all of a sudden, to see the superheroes all of a sudden popping up is pretty cool, because you just see after, first Superman, and then like 10 months later, Batman. And then after that, when 1940 hit, just superheroes were exploding everywhere. And it is just so cool to see that on the timeline.
Well, one thing that's cool too about Mike, the Mike's Amazing World of Comics, which I use when I'm doing, especially doing research for interviews that I've used before, is you can go on there and type in a creator and it'll show you all the work that they've done, kind of like alphabetical order. It'll show you all the work done too. So, I've used it before when I've been interviewing creators, and, like I like to start the interviews at the beginning of their career and kind of work through. I can go in there and look like, okay, he worked on, they started on this book and then they were on this, like, oh, they were on this one for a long while. And, it'll kind of give me a good idea of, how to, the order
timeline
questions. And
wow.
The founder he died within a couple months ago, and he was a little bit younger than me. But he was working on collecting every DC book, and he wasn't that far off. I believe he was in the hundreds of what he had to finish every DC book. I think up until like, maybe 2000 or something. That's so not all the modern books, but man, that's amazing. And look, it's one thing, if money is not an object, right? You can get a complete run of Spider-Man, Avengers, Hulk, any of the main Marvel books of the 60s. Same with like Justice League and things like that, right? Brave and the Bold. Brave and the Bold's harder. Showcase is harder. Those first 24 issues, Brave and the Bold, hard. But here's the issue. I challenge you. If money's not an object, Spider-Man's got what, 544? Was it? Or no, that's
441 for volume 1.
Spidey or
544.
544.
Yeah.
If money's not an object, you'll complete those X-Men quicker than you'll complete Rex the Wonder Dog. There's only like 43 issues of Rex. Good luck.
That's your homework, ladies and gentlemen. Look it up.
And that website,
it's because they're just not around.
Yeah.
It's just those books are so scarce, those mid-50s DCs.
That website is Mike'sAmazingWorld.com.
Well, there you go. Mike'sAmazingWorld.com, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and end this out with some chat here. Big Marv says, yes, indeed, amazing show. Never can get enough. That's what we like to hear. Right.
Thank you, brother.
Big up, Marv. And TJ, once again, he has the final word. Thanks for all the help and advice. He really appreciate it. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That is what we're here for. Ladies and gentlemen,
It's our pleasure.
it is time to go lay down. Get comfortable, get cozy, get your arm under that pillow, bring your dog a little bit closer, do what you gotta do, or the person you're laying with that you love oh so much. Yeah, do all of that. It's absolutely amazing and wonderful that you joined us tonight. We are ever so grateful. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to find us on all the socials. All you got to do is type in at the Codex Station. That is where we are. That is where you can find us. Hit the like, share, subscribe, and follow so that way you don't miss awesome content like this all the time, every time. Gary, what do we want to do with these socials before they go to bed?
Oh, absolutely. Especially before you get into bed. We want you to know that we here at the Codex Station, we have all the socials and we want to give them to you.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. And when you wake up in the morning after you have hit the like, share, subscribe, and follow, and Dan is making you a classic peanut butter and jelly on white bread and toast, head over to
And he cuts the crust off.
there you go. And it's in triangles too. Ladies and gentlemen, head over to thecodexstation.com to get some merch, meet the team, and so much more. Once again, thecodexstation.com for all your Codex needs. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tim the Luscious Locks. Right next to me is the beautifully talented curator of the Library of Comics, Uncle Gary himself. And down below is the road manager on the road 256 days a year, getting $1 million Rolexes, all the other good stuff that these two need to survive the squared circle of the comic book panel. This is Codex After Dark, Comics Unleashed. We will see you next time.
Bye.
Gave you an all.
Thank you. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. We love you.
Long time.
So long. So tight.
$5.
I
$5.
want my $2. All right, I'm good now.
Oh, Tim, I got sidetracked earlier, but back to War Zones. I love the different,
We're
the
still
Punisher book.
alive.
Oh, I thought you kind of. It doesn't matter. I didn't say anything bad.
No, ladies and gentlemen, the preview for next week. We'll see.